What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Yesterday they announced our next 7-star Tera raid battle event, so today I'll be going over some counters that you might want to bring in order to take these raids down. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So per usual, let's go ahead and take a look at what we might be going up against once we do hop into these raids. So we are going up against a 7-star Primarina, which means that it is of course going to be level 100, and for this raid it will have the Fairy Tera type. Normally it is a water and fairy type Pokemon, so you can expect that it will have access to some pretty good fairy type moves just right off the bat. Sticking with the same theme as all of the other 7-stars, it will most likely have its hidden ability as well, which is Liquid Voice, which means that if the Pokemon uses any sound-based moves, they are going to become water type moves, so things like Hyper Voice. As for its EVs, it is going to have an HP stat of 80, an attack stat of 74, a defense stat of 74, a special attack stat of 126, so it is a pretty beefy special attacker, a special defense of 116, so it is going to have a good special defense stat, and a speed of 60. So based on its stats, you're definitely going to want to go ahead and hit it on the physical side since it does only have a defense stat of 74. As for its main moveset, I can definitely see them putting Sparkling Aria on there just because that is its literal signature move, and it is 100% accuracy. It has base power of 90. I can also see them putting Moonblast on there because it is going to be a Tera Fairy, and Moonblast is one of the premier fairy type moves with a base power of 95, 100% accuracy, and it also has the chance to lower your target's special attack by 1 stage. And for coverage, I can definitely see them putting something like Psychic on there, which also has the chance of lowering special defense by 1, and Shadow Ball, which has a 20% chance of lowering your special defense by 1 as well. For its extra moveset, I can definitely see them putting a setup move on there like Calm Mind, which is going to raise special attack and special defense by 1 stage. And considering that it is probably going to have Liquid Voice, I can also see them putting Hyper Voice on there, and then maybe something like Icy Wind just to make you and your party slower by 1 stage, and maybe even something like Baby Doll Eyes to lower your attack stat by 1 stage in case they are planning on people bringing in physical attackers considering its stat spread. But now that we have a bit of a better idea of what we might be going up against once we actually hop into the raids, let's go ahead and look at some of the counters that you might want to bring in order to take the raids down. So per usual, I do have 2 different attackers for you as well as 2 different support Pokemon for you to choose from to take into these raids. So per usual, I do have 2 different options for attacking Pokemon and then 2 different options for support Pokemon for you to pick from to take into these raids. Starting off with our attackers, we are going to start off with Scizor, which is of course going to need to be level 100 and is normally a bug and steel type Pokemon. And for the purposes of this raid, you are going to want to give it the Steel Tera type. This is also the Pokemon that you're probably going to want to take into the raid if you do plan on trying to solo it, since this one doesn't need quite as much support as our other attacker. But item-wise, we do have it holding a Shell Bell, which is going to give you some HP recovery every time that you use a damage dealing move. As for its EV spread, it is going to be full HP and full attack with an adamant nature, and it is going to have the ability Technician, which doesn't really matter, but Technician boosts weak moves. As for its actual moveset, you are going to want to go ahead and give it Sword Dance, Struggle Bug, Leer, and Iron Head. Sword Dance is of course going to be your setup move. Struggle Bug does a little bit of damage, but it also has the added benefit of lowering special attack by 1 stage. Leer is going to lower defense by 1 stage, and then Iron Head is of course going to be your super effective move of choice. And if you do plan on going into this raid with a group, another great option as an attacker is going to be King Gambit. Of course, you want King Gambit to be level 100 as well, and it's normally a dark and steel type Pokemon. And for the purposes of this raid, you are going to want to give it the Steel Tera type as well. As for its held item, it is going to be holding the Metal Coat item that is going to boost the power of any steel type moves. As for its EV spread, it is going to be a little bit different. It's actually going to be full special defense, full attack with an adamant nature, and it is going to have the ability Defiant, which of course means that if you get any of your stats lowered, it does boost your attack. As for its moveset, you are going to want to go ahead and give it Iron Head, Snarl, Metal Burst, and Sword Dance. Obviously, Sword Dance is once again going to be your setup move. Snarl is going to lower special attack. Iron Head is going to be your super effective big damage dealing daily move. And Metal Burst is cool because it does 1.5 times the damage that you took from the last attack that hit you. However, if attacking is not your thing and you would rather play support, a great option would be Corviknight. You of course want your Corviknight to be level 100. It's normally a flying and steel type Pokemon, and since the support Pokemon don't usually terrestrialize, you don't really have to worry about the Tera. For its item, it is going to be holding a wide lens, which just boosts the accuracy of any inaccurate moves. And its EV spread is going to be full HP and full special defense. It is going to have the ability Mirror Armor, which bounces back any stat lowering effects to the opponent that used the move that lowered your stats. And its moveset is going to be Screech, Light Screen, Rock Smash, and Roost. Screech is going to lower defense by 2 stages. Light Screen is going to mitigate the amount of damage that special attacks do on you and your teammates. Rock Smash does a little bit of damage and also has a 50% chance of lowering defense by 1 stage. And Roost is there for HP recovery. And lastly, as a second option for support Pokemon, you can always go with good old reliable Tinkaton. Once again, it is going to be level 100, and this is normally a Fairy and Steel type Pokemon. Held item wise, you are going to want to go with a Citrus Berry, which is going to give you some HP recovery, and its EV spread is going to be full special defense and full HP. And for moveset, you are going to want to go with Rock Smash, Helping Hand, Light Screen, and Skitter Smack. Rock Smash, once again, is going to do a bit of damage and has a 50% chance of lowering defense by 1 stage. Helping Hand is there to help set up your attacker. Light Screen to help mitigate the amount of damage you're taking from those big special attacks. And Skitter Smack is going to, once again, do a little bit of damage and also lower special attack. But there you have it. There are some Pokemon that you might want to bring in order to take down these 7-star Primarina raids. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and leave a comment down below with what you're planning on bringing to these raids as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, I kindly suggest that you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you are already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.